So you may be wondering why your back hurts. Well, it could be a whole bunch of different factors. It could be just flexion intolerance, extension intolerance, or it could be a lack of stability or muscle activation, which is what we're going to be covering in today's video. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to do one round of some exercises that can help relieve back pain and help strengthen it so it stays away for good. But we're going to do the circuit together. We're going to do all the exercises together once, just so you guys have the know-how of it, and then just make sure you keep doing those every day, okay? But again, we're going to do it once together. That way you're not doing it alone, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into our ever so fun bird dog, okay? So we're going to start tabletop like this. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg. So what we're working on is focusing on stability. So when we're doing our bird dog, we don't want to extend and arc our lumbar like this, because then we're going into extension. I want you to be nice and controlled. Think bracing that core while you're doing the movement, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to slowly extend one leg. Boom, making sure everything is nice and level, and then coming back to starting position. So we're going to make sure that core is braced, extending that leg. Really important that we're not rotating like this as we're doing the movement. Make sure everything is nice and level, okay? That's 2. We're actually going to do 20 of these, okay guys? That's 3. Take your time. Make sure everything is nice and level. It's not a race. It's not whoever can do 20 million bird dogs, all the quickest and fastest. Let's just crank out a total of 20 of these, okay? You guys are doing great, okay? Should be nice and level while you're doing the movement, as well as we should be bracing our core, okay? You guys are doing great, okay? Almost there. This should be feeling pretty darn good, just in general, working on that stability. And then one more should be 20 here. And then boom. Okay, absolutely phenomenal, guys, okay? So have some water, let's relax for a second. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and we're gonna cover our ever so fun side plank. So again, working on the obliques, making sure that everything is nice and engaged through here to help support the lumbar, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up. We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna go on one knee here. And then we're gonna have the elbow stacked, shoulder, we're gonna lift up the hip, make sure everything is nice and level, and we're gonna hold that for about 30 seconds, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna lift up, boom, we're gonna hold for about 30 seconds. Should be feeling pretty darn good. Getting into position. Again, we should be feeling some good burning feelings through our obliques through here, and it should be feeling pretty darn good. Okay, so we're just gonna hang on to this for a good 15 seconds here before we crank out the other side, okay? You guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. My goodness. And remember, one word of power to keep in the back of your mind as you're doing the exercises today is I am aligned with the healthy forces of the universe. So you're gonna keep that in the back of your mind as you're doing the movements today, okay? So again, I am aligned with the healthy forces of the universe, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up other side for our side plank. So again, this knee bent, we're gonna lift up, boom. I'm just gonna set up. Set up just all tickety-boo and hunky-dory. So should be feeling pretty darn good. We're gonna be holding this for about 30 seconds. Again, blasting the obliques like no never mind, because they help support the lumbar just in general, because our external obliques run this way on this side, and our internal obliques actually run the opposite way into the back pocket. So you can notice that this will be one of the main factors on why we can get these muscles activated and working on stability to help prevent any back pain, okay? So we've got 1 second, and then boom. So really great job with that, guys. So take a couple seconds, have some water, do your thing. And next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get some bands, okay? We're gonna get some bands on, we're gonna put them around the top around the knees. If you don't have bands, there's an Amazon link in the description for the bands that I use and all my clients use. And they seem to be working pretty darn good. But next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and we're gonna go into clamshell next, okay? So we're gonna have these over top of our knees. We're gonna lay on our side, and we're gonna use our arm as a pillow, okay? So we're gonna use our arm as a pillow, that way our spine's not going like this while we're doing our whole clamshell, okay? So we're gonna use our arm as a pillow. We're gonna make sure our heels are stacked and they're aligned with our spine. And then from here, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna open up, okay? So the range of motion doesn't need to be super huge with this. We're just focusing on getting glute med, so side bum here, okay? So while we're doing this movement, really focus that we're not rotating like this. Make sure that everything is nice and square, okay? We're gonna crank out 15 of these, okay? That's 4, 5, just nice and controlled. 6, should be feeling pretty darn good. 7, should be feeling side bum a whole heck of a lot, especially if we're not rotating. That's 8. Notice the nice and slow controlled tempo, right? 9, making sure that we're doing the movement and just feeling side bum like no never mind, right? That's 10. That's 11. That's 12, should be feeling pretty darn good. And that's 13. A couple more. 14. And then one more. 15. Awesome. Should be lighting up side bum like no never mind. So let's go ahead and let's do a spinneroo. And let's go ahead and let's crank out clamshell on the opposite side, okay? So heels aligned with our spine again. Arm is a pillow. We're not rotating at the hip. We're just focusing on going through abduction and opening up and jacking up side bum. So again, this is really important to help mitigate low back pain, just because jacking up glute med will actually help stabilize the pelvis. And again, what we were talking about earlier is one of the aspects is stabilization, right? So we want to make sure that we've worked on stabilization and activating some specific muscle groups that help stabilize the pelvis when going into abduction. So this is one of those movements, right? So we're going to go ahead and that's 5 right there. Should be feeling pretty darn good. 6. Glute med should be lighting up like no never mind. That's 7. And then that's 8. My goodness, I am aligned with the healthy forces of the universe. That's 9. And that's 10. 11. Should be feeling pretty darn good. 12. Nice and burny. 13. 14. And then one more. 15. Absolutely dominated that, guys. So really great job with that, okay? So again, making sure that we jack up more muscles down in the pelvis. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start jacking up glute max, which is the biggest, meatiest portion of your bum. We're gonna keep the bands on, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start doing some glute bridges, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lay on our back, and then from here, we're making sure that we're driving with our heels so we can go into hip extension and jack up those glutes like no never mind. The bands are gonna wanna be pulling your knees in. So I want you to actively fight those bands. Make sure the knees aren't caving in, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna drive at the heels. We're gonna do 15 of these as well, okay? So we go. 1, should be feeling some good activation in glute max here. So that's 2. Notice that I'm lifting up my toes. 3, just so I can make sure I'm driving with the heels, right? And then that's 4, should be feeling pretty darn good. Nice slow and controlled tempo. 5, my goodness, this should be feeling great, guys. 6, 7, holy Toledo, I am aligned with the healthy forces of the universe. And then that's 9, really good. And then that's 10. We got 5 more, guys. And that's 11. 12, keep fighting the bands, making sure they're not letting these cave in. 13, and then 2 more, please. And then 14, really good. Nice, nice glute max jacking up. And that's 15. Okay, so really great job with that, guys. So absolutely dominated, okay? So what we're gonna do next is we're actually gonna go ahead and we're gonna jack up a little bit more muscles, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jack up the lats, which is the muscle that's just on the side here. And it's one of the only muscles that actually attaches right here and goes all the way down and attaches into the pelvis. So you can see how if we jack up those muscles, it can help support the lumbar and make sure that we can mitigate that back pain. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do our straight arm lat pull down. Got some bands set up here. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna have our arms extended straight like this. And then we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull, keeping our arms straight and keeping them right down to the sides, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up. We're actually gonna crank out 12 of these, okay? Really important that we're just making sure that our arms are as straight as possible, and we're jacking up the lats by bringing the arms down to the side, okay? So that's 1, okay? 2. Remember with bands, 3, the further you step away, the more resistance there's gonna be, right? 6, should be feeling those lats light up. 7, 8, really good, guys. 9, 10, 11, 12. So really great job, guys. So again, these are exercises that you can do on your own. Quite a few rounds, or a couple of rounds of these, or 2 to 3 rounds, just in general, to be able to help activate and stabilize just the lumbar. So all in all, really make sure that you do these exercises more than once, okay? So again, that word of power in the back of your mind, I am aligned with the healthy forces of the universe. Keep that in the back of the mind as you're doing the rest of your day and doing your exercises. And until next time, I'm Carlo Walande.